Welcome. This is a video tutorial about jFermi's Bioreactor. If you want to know more about the company or the products, you can go to jfermi.com. So this is the bioreactor itself. Today in this video tutorial we will concentrate on the software. So how to create new fermentations, how to list the values, how to calibrate each of your devices, and so on. So you can think your bioreactor as if it was a server, so it is connected to the internet, practically to your local area network, and you can access your bioreactor with a regular browser. We recommend using Google Chrome's latest version. It probably functions with other browsers, but Google Chrome is a recommended one. So let's start from the beginning. My bioreactor was given this IP address, so I navigate to this address and then I log into my system. The main window is divided into three parts. We have a logs area. Every user actions are logged here, and then you can search the logs back with this free search text box. You can see here in the navigation area all the connected devices. By clicking on them you can check the details, and you can calibrate them, and you can manually control them. This is the main area. This is the representation of your bioreactor. You can see the online values. It is updated every 3 seconds. So this is an online representation. I think we should go through all the sensors one by one. This is the temperature sensor, nothing special. The bioreactor comes with an internal UPS. It's not useful for the user. Its main purpose is if somebody plugs out the main cord of your fermenter, it gracefully shuts down itself. Next one is a pH sensor. Before every fermentation, you probably want to calibrate your devices. So first you clear the calibration values. You see it's successfully deleted, and then you calibrate 1 point. You can calibrate to 1, 2, 3 points. So that's it. The fermentor comes with 2 off-gas analyzers, carbon dioxide and an oxygen sensor. If you see the details of the carbon dioxide sensor, it contains some information how to calibrate, but it's very simple. You put your sensor into a non-gas or fresh air or nitrogen, and then wait until the values are stabilized, and then you press the calibration button. This is for the carbon dioxide sensor, and then the oxygen sensor. Pretty much the same. You can calibrate in 0 point or in a non-gas. It has a dissolved oxygen sensor. It has 2 calibration points, and you can of course clear the calibration. The current status can be seen here. Later I will add some more meaningful information, but now you can see it's calibrated to 0 points, so no calibration data. Next one is the thermostat. You can manually control the thermostat, so you can switch on the heating or cooling, but usually during the fermentation you want to control manually, because the process control system will control these values. But for testing purposes, for example, we can start heating the system. and you can see a feedback here, and you can see how much ampere is flowing to your heating device. It's good for a feedback, so you know it's working correctly. Or you can switch into cooling mode, and you see it's now cooling your fermenter. The next one is the fermenter comes with four pumps: an acid, a base, a feed, and an antifoam pump. And you can calibrate here. If you know that 1 RPM corresponds to 1 milliliter per hour, you simply enter the values and then press calibrate device, and now it is calibrated. In this status you can see it's calibrated 1 to 1. I will add more meaningful information here as well, and then if you want to manually control, you can start your acid pump, and it is all registered. So and the same for the other pumps. It comes with of course with a steering device. For testing purposes we can start steering, and that's it. It cannot be calibrated. We have a mass flow controller, but in my development device I don't have a mass flow controller, so I cannot show it to you. Okay, next one. Here you can see all your archived fermentations. You can click on any of them, and then you can press list, and it lists all the registered values. At the moment it's not that fast, but I'm working on it. You can show and hide all the time series you are interested in or not. So, and if you want to create a new fermentation, you press create new fermentation. You add a name. So it was created today. It's my name. The control parameters. The fermentation will be running for 120 hours. If you want to start it immediately, you check this checkbox and then start save. If you don't want to start it immediately, just leave it unchecked and press save. It's added here, and you can edit. It contains much more information, but I will show them later. So if you check this, you can start the fermentation, and it will start steering, and it will start heating up the fermenter. Our fermenter has some additional features. You can manage the users, add, remove, or edit them. We have some internal settings. Here you can set manually the PID values for each controller, for the temperature and the dissolved oxygen and the pH controller. And we have an email configuration. If you want to be notified regularly about the process of your fermentation, you can enter textually here, so how often you want to be notified, and the system will send you an email notification. So if you have any question or remarks, please leave a comment, or any constructive critics are welcomed.